Hey, this is Kari Rams with Atari. Today we're going to turn our hero character design into a proper illustration on Making Comics with Kari. Bam! Super Chopper Studios. What? Hello there. Welcome back to Making Comics with Kari. We've spent a little bit of time now designing our hero, designing some bad guys. As promised, the last video dropped on Friday is a little bit of a bonus during the crazy times. But the crazy times is why we're making these videos. So, as promised, this is dropping on Monday. It's a little bit later in the day because of some exciting stuff that's going on. I do a little thing, and I juggle a lot of creative projects. I juggle a lot of different jobs. We'll go with that into some other video, but this is about comics. So the important thing is what I do with my life is I decide what the most important project is in my triage of life, and I do that first in the day. And today I was writing a brand new project. I did it first, and I just got lost in it, and it took a long time. So it's exciting, it's new, it's great. I feel good. I got some work done. Now we can play for 10 minutes, make this video. I actually recorded this video earlier, but one of my cameras, I lost the footage. So I have the drawing footage, was thankfully the more important footage. The narration is gone. However, I have been changing things. Let me know what you prefer, because I'm going to try something different. This time I'm going to narrate separately from drawing. I may do this in the future, if you guys dig it, because it will let me be more clear with my words, because I won't be focused on drawing, and it will let the drawings be better, because you're not supposed to draw while you talk. It's just a distraction from both things. So let's see how this works. What we're going to do is we're going to cut some corners. We're going to cheat. We're going to take our hero design and turn it into a hero illustration. So what does that mean? We're going to draw some other elements into there. We're going to draw another creature, a new creature. This Bay is going to be fighting monsters with plural. So not just the children, not just the hag, the old hag. She's going to be having other opponents that come in and out of her life. Friend or foe, who knows? Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I did is I did some research. And while Bay is not necessarily a Norse name, Baya is a Norse name. So I erased the Bay and turned it into a Baya. We'll still call her Bay throughout the series. All her friends will call her Bay because it's better. But Baya is actually more correct for an actual name. But we'll still use Bay as her name. She's going to own that. Now I know what I want to do. I want to do a big creature. I want to do something that overwhelms her. I want to keep her small, draw something big in the background. And I'm using the same technique as I did for Bay. And that is, I am just going in and I am drawing clouds. I'm letting the pencil dance across the page. And I always draw my hands first. I think I mentioned that in a previous video. I draw a hand first, and then I place the hand with the connecting arm. That's the best way to do it, because your elbows can orientate your hand wherever you want your hand to be, as long as it's not like too far away from your body. And I am sketching in, I'm ghosting in the rest of this creature. I've decided to kind of do something a bit more wolf-like. So I kind of know a little bit what that means. It means hair, it means big mouths, it means a fur. She's in the swamp. We've already established it. He's going to be in the swamp too. I don't know what that means yet. I don't know what these swamps mean. I don't know what these underground, but I think she's going to be in these underground, not swamps, sorry, sewers. I think she's going to be in underground sewers a lot, and maybe swamps a lot. Something about water is going to be an essential part of the visual narrative of the story. Again, the important thing is to let that pencil dance. Draw enough clouds so you can pick out your shapes. Don't rush it. Listen, this drawing is not going to be great, but it's going to be what it is. So, listen, you can choose to, like we did before, design all your characters on separate pieces of paper. spend the time, make them right, iterate, redesign, really get all your characters right before you even try to use them. That's one way to do it. And that's what we do in film or animation. But there'll be teams of people that only do that. They will only design those things that other people will then draw. When you are your own team, which is what you are in comic books, which is why they're so amazing, you are your own team, you need to cut as many corners as you can. The cool thing about cutting corners is it keeps you closer to the creative source. So how we cut corners, how we're cutting corners in this is we're just designing on the fly on that same drawing that we did of Bay, and we are just diving in. There's this idea of flow state, like free climbers on big cliffs, you know, that are climbing the big rock walls, and if they slip, they die. Like there's this idea of flow state, and flow state is this kind of Zen state of physical being, and the idea is it needs to be high stakes. It needs to be kind of free from intention, and it needs to be like in the now, like in the present, like right here. And when you draw, the ideal state is to be in that flow state. Now, if you're drawing on a separate piece of paper and you're playing things too safe, or maybe you're drawing too much on the computer, you'll never have the risk. You'll never have that high level of risk that can generate that flow state. So the coolest thing about drawing on that drawing you're already doing is, and if you like the drawing, and it's okay, it's not bad, I like it enough, right? I like it enough. But by daring to ruin that drawing, by daring to fail, it will keep you in that flow state. So don't be afraid of, it's not, you know what it is? It's not don't be afraid of failure. It's like look for those situations that risk it. Look for those situations that risk failure, because those are the situations where you will achieve more than you knew. That's a little tip. Anyways, we got big claws, we've got big hands. The features, I don't know if this is going to be the final design, but this is the design for now. We're rolling with it. This creature is overpowering, overwhelming Bay. Is he a friend? I've already said it's a he. It's a he. I guess I just decided, is he a friend or is he a foe? Maybe a little bit of both. I'm going to kind of I'm darkening the skies behind him. I really want to feel him as part of that drawing. Comic book drawings are different than other drawings because they always have a story to them. Everything you do should be story, should have some intention of story behind it, of character, situation, drama, stakes. This creature behind her, is he going to consume her, or is he going to help her later on? And you can see I'm just kind of picking up the little details of work big details first, do your big shapes, your big gestures. Why I love drawing this way is it frees me from sterile correctness. So you can draw things in many different ways. You can draw things called puppets, where you draw a little puppet with the right proportions, and then you detail the puppet. What I'm more interested in is the gesture, the thrust, the emotional and visual thrust of something, the bam, like the you know, to me, that's what's most exciting. And the guys I like the best, whether it's Frank Miller or Jack Kirby, these are the ones that the gesture is more important than reality. I'm just gonna get her eyes looking further back, further behind her, get her make her eyebrows more part of the storytelling, and just feel that danger and that threat a little more. So here I am just ghosting. And again, I'm not trying to completely erase the previous lines. I kind of like seeing a little bit of lines underneath, to be honest. And I'm just kind of darkening it all with the same pencil. And I am also changing her hair a little bit. I thought, why not give her more signature hair? Maybe she has these kind of Viking-like braids. I don't know, maybe the first time we see her, her hair's more normal. And then as she goes on in the story, she starts to display some strength with these kind of like warrior braids in her hair. Anyways, whatever you can do to make your character's signature, do that. Like, if you can take a glance of your character and know exactly who that is, you know, whether it's C-3PO or Mickey Mouse or Spider-Man or Wolverine, you know, anything you do to create more ownership is great. And then I'm just finishing that up. So what have we done today? We've cut some corners, we've done some cheating, we've turned our character design into an illustration. Now what can we use that for? Hey, it could be a cover, it could be a poster, it could be a dream sequence. Who knows? Maybe there's pencil rendered splash pages in the book. One of my favorite manga, Blade of the Immortal, would have pencil rendering full page splashes mixed in with their pen and ink panel to panel. So every now and then you get a big splash of just pencil rendering. Maybe that's what we'll do. Let's do that. In this series, we'll have pencil rendering as part of the visual language. And we want to define that language, own that language, and keep everything ours. So that's it. So, hey, if I told you last video, get a notebook, start writing down notes, ideas, inspiration. We're going to use this notebook for the next time we see each other. And we're going to start brainstorming. Right now, this notebook is blank. I keep notes in my phone. We want to do both, to be honest. But I'll show you, because we're not just going to want to write words with our notes. We're going to want to draw our notes. We want to think through our pencil. That's it. Tune in next time. Making comics with Kaare. All right. Super Chopper Studios. Run! No! Get to the chopper!